Hello. Hi. Hello. And hi. How we doing? Hello, Kiro. Hello, Christy. Hello, Chib. How are we doing? Well, I hope. Hello. 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 Let me reorganize things so I can actually see you. That'd be nice. Having winter storms, so campus is closed today. Hello. Yay for being home, but boo for storms, I guess. Hopefully it's not causing you too much inconvenience either way. But hi. Glad to have you. Yeah, yay. It's one of those ones. Yeah. To ashes. Speaking of which, we are listening to the Grim Fandango soundtrack because I still haven't really found anything that would suit the background for this game, but it's fine. How are we all doing? Are we all well? There is a Jeeb. Always a good time. Right, yes. Welcome to Bioshock. Grim Fandango fits well enough. It's alright. It's fine. Like I said, it's the closest I've got. And for some reason the Grim Fandango soundtrack doesn't seem to trigger any copyright stuff, so not looking forward to when it does and then all these VODs get claimed. That'll be fun. But yeah. So we're Bioshocking. It's a thing that happens occasionally. By which I mean weekly. So as a quick recap, we are playing as Jack Walters, an investigator into matters private and public. I believe that's the name that we have, if our weird dream door is to be believed. We have been supposedly asked to bring a girl to wipe away a debt. That was the instruction that we had on a piece of card with a picture of a girl on the other side. In doing so, we went to a lighthouse, which took us to a flying city in the sky called Columbia. There, we found that everybody there is incredibly racist, and also sort of pious evangelical with respect to their prophet, Lord Jefferson or Father Jefferson. Also, we happened to be their, religious enemy or something like that. They've got a thing called a false shepherd, and apparently somebody with the letters BW written on the back of their hand is the false shepherd. And it turns out Jack has BW scarred on the back of his hand. So these things happen. Jack Everyman. Hi, Duck. Not just anyone with power or social standing. Yeah, we have met some people who are, sympathetic towards the plight of basically anybody who isn't white Christian. Well, anybody who wasn't white, rich American Christian. We'll get to that. It's a little more nuanced than, white v black here. There's more going on. You'll be pleased to know there's even more racism going on. Oh dear. But today, I think we're going to take a little bit of a break from that. Maybe. We'll see. Don't worry, it will come back. But yeah, we people not happy with us being here, and so everyone started shooting guns at us. We've also managed to find that this place has just lots of weird magical powers that are just being sort of sold in bottles. So we have the ability to summon ghosts, fire, and crows now, / ostriches. Yeah, and we've managed to work our way to where we were told to go, which is Monument Island. Hang on, let's have a look at the recap of what happened last time. Oh yeah, we met these two again. We keep meeting these two. They're two people with strong English accents who keep finishing each other's sentences. And we just sort of keep bumping into them. And one of them had a glitchy bottle, which we use to upgrade either health, shields, or salts, as I believe it's called in this game. Which is your sort of magical powers. Anywho, we then went to a place called, was the Fraternal Order of the Crow or something like that, where we found just a whole bunch of rotting food on a table and people in not very nice clothing, who were not very nice, so they came at us with sticks. And they seem to have a thing about race and trying to keep their society pure, which is not great. Also torture involving ostriches, that happens. We then fight one of them and get the ability to summon crows ourselves. Grand. Oh yeah. Then we have a little bit of a face-to-face or a face-to-massive screen with Father Jefferson, the prophet of this place, who says that, you know, he knows a bit about us. He knows why we're here. We are here to lead his lamb astray. We are the false shepherd. And yeah, he knows all about our past. He knows about the Pinkertons. He knows about Wounded Knee. He knows about Berry. He's got dirt on us. And yeah, he's trying to makes the point that we are, you know, he's the prophet and we're not good un. So yeah, and then we have a nosebleed. That happens. Don't worry about it. We tried to steal an airship. Unfortunately, the nun on the airship burns herself to death to stop us. Just happens. And then we fall off that and we land where we need to be, roughly speaking. At Monument Island, there's a big old statue made of gold with a building underneath it. And the building is covered in like quarantine notices and do not enter without authorization from the prophet and stuff like that. We get inside, there's all sorts of weird electronic equipment, cables going everywhere, massive pulsing speakers, things talking about siphons and all this sort of stuff. And then also references to some sort of specimen, which is being recorded, and I then spent 10 minutes trying to remember the word menage, which I didn't, I think Miss told me. Trying to do a reveal of a disgusting reference to a thing, and it's just like, completely failed because I couldn't remember the word. But you're welcome. I miss. But all powerful prophet, he doesn't try very hard to kill Jack. He sends like about 50 to 100 people after you with guns. Like, you would have thought that would work. You know, I'm underemphasizing the amount of people you shoot in this section. Yeah, also we have a skyhook so that we can just whiz around cables. Anyway, so we ignore all the notices and we decide to go deeper into the monument. And by into the monument, I mean we go up. So presumably actually into the monument. There's a lift, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of lifts. That's going to become a recurring theme. But for now, we're just going to lift. Whoops. It's fine, don't worry about it. I didn't just break everything. It's fine. Center that. Nope, didn't want to do that. Want to do that. There we are. Right. Seems lacking when you have a literal city to call on. Don't worry, we'll probably kill a city's worth of people over the course of this game. A lot of people. Arguably more than a city's worth of people. But we'll get to that. So yeah, we go up the tower into the statue. And we come across sort of kind of slightly claustrophobic metal rooms with sort of various... Everything feels very sort of mechanical and very utilitarian in here, and there's just sort of like rivets on the walls and all that sort of stuff. And here we have like a viewing window, which is closed. It's got a big metal thing here. Keeping it closed and shut. But there's like a window of some description. And in front of it is a handle, which we can pull to open the thing. And I think there might be a sign above here saying something like... Maybe... I don't know why I think it's that shape. I do. I think it says bedroom or something. And on the wall is just like a little sign with some light bulbs on it. And there's like bedroom, library, bathroom, I can't remember what's sort of sauna. I don't know what's in here. What else do you have at a place that you live? Just a sauna to relax. It's, you know. This is not relevant. Kitchen. We'll go kitchen. Actually, I don't know what the food arrangement here is. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And at the moment, let's say, for the sake of the narrative simplicity, that the bedroom light is lit up. And so Jack comes in and he's like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm just looking for a girl. He's got to bring a girl to wipe away a debt. That's not how perspective works. I've just remembered. Right. I know how to draw. How's everybody's Wednesday going? Is it good? We all having a good? I don't know why there's two levers, but there is. There are. There shall be. Tenses. This looks like a crazy robot. Hi! Frame man, stop it. You had good meals yesterday. You don't need any more. It doesn't make any perspective sense, but I've become attached to this robot, so I'm not going to change it. Doesn't feel like Wednesday. It's going. I know the feeling. It's at most Tuesday morning. Unless, of course, you feel like it's later on in the week, in which case we have very different feelings. But you hope the black bars of censorship won't have to resurface. I mean, they will eventually. I can definitely think of at least one place I'm going to have to use them. Not today, though. Today should be fine. The worst thing I might have to draw today will be a sausage. So, we probably won't get there. Yeah. It is okay, found out that your local hobby place has been moved after getting... No! How dare they? It's definitely Tuesday. Okay, cool. That's safe. Wait, hang on, we're supposed to play Bloodborne. No! Like a sausage or a sausage? I think... I can't remember exactly. Might be a bratwurst. Not sure. I can't remember. They do specifically name what it is. But I've already forgotten it. Anyway, so we go to this place. It's like I said, this is a strangely small room. I won't draw Jack in it because it would just get in the way. And so you pull the lever and you open the window. And behind the window, well, you don't open the window's still there, but you open the metal plates in front of the window. Which none of this is straight. On it, I have a square tool. Just start using these tools for what they're intended. Great. Just talking about bratwurst and what Tuesday's filled. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong with a good old Tuesday sausage? Yeah, and behind the window, you see, I guess what you could just describe as a very nicely furnished, slightly old-fashioned looking room. It's got like wood paneling, there's like bookcases with books, there's like a 4-post bed. It looks nice. It's probably like curtains on the bed or something. This music is far too dramatic for this. Yeah, so like bookcases and stuff. Yeah, it's cozy. But at the same time quite grand in a strange way. There's juxtaposition with the sort of tiny metallic rooms that you've been walking through and the strange scientific equipment. Oh no, every day is Tuesday. Insert gif of Stargate. O'Neill holding up a plate with a ketchup and mustard face on it and shouting wacko. That reference is just for Kira. So yeah, you got that. And you also have an easel. Little easel. Which is here, I'm gonna say. And it has a painting on it. No, we want that. That's in front. It's quite a nice painting. It's a painting of the Eiffel Tower. The Tour Eiffel. You got that reference. I don't know. Really what the Eiffel Tower sort of looks like, sort of roughly like that, right? Got the idea. And the whatever the street is that goes up to it. It's not the Champs-Elysees, it's something else. I don't know. I've never been to Paris. And a completely naked girl to appeal to all the youths of the time, or with like pogs or something. What? What did I miss? This is just a picture of the Eiffel Tower. Music gave you a heart attack? What? Oh no, don't have a heart attack. That's not advantageous to the continuation of life. You've been several times and up the town a ton that don't get the appeal, views, and I think. Yeah. Stop suddenly, you thought your internet was going again. Okay. I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was like a sudden loud noise. I'm like, I don't remember a sudden loud noise. That's because there wasn't one. Yeah, Eiffel Tower. And then somebody walks in, who I'm now going to have to draw. Wish me luck. Now, up until now, I've drawn everybody with little bead eyes. This character, for some reason, and I've never really bothered to go through and check and compare with every other character, but it seems like this character just has massive eyes compared to everyone else. This is not a plot point, it's just a stylistic thing. So I'm just going to draw the big Disney eyes. She's the beetroot. She has big anime eyes. I always thought she felt like kind of Disney. She's got a bit of a Belle thing going on. Anyway, yeah, we find a girl. In fact, the girl. This is the same as the girl that we have been asked to find, or at the very least, this is the person on the postcard that we were given that has "Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt" written on the back of it. I know I keep repeating that, but that's because the game keeps repeating it. It's hammered into you. So yeah, and she's got like sort of slightly scraggly hair all tied up, and she's painting and having a good time. Supposed to be attracted to this person then. Not really. You're supposed to, like, I don't think you're supposed to be attracted to this person. Then again, I'm not really the target audience for that. I guess you're supposed to find this person nice. You're supposed to look at this person and not think they're a threat, as it were. Whether they are or not remains to be seen. Because they enter into the frame, and they look at their pictures and their painting, and they're having a nice time. They're swinging around. I think maybe they're listening to some music or something. Generally speaking, they're having a jolly old time. And then they do something interesting. Am I doing 3 fingers in this? Sure. So far, nothing in this game has not been trying to screw us over. Yeah. Then she does something curious. I don't know what the hands are doing here. This has nothing to do with what I'm about to say. She looks at her painting longingly, and then just sort of grabs the air around it, and does something. Let me create a copy of what's going on here and illustrate how this works. So, what happens is, I guess the easiest way to explain is there's like a big old hole appears, just sort of like in space, and through the hole in space, what this person has torn. We see a couple of things. We see the Eiffel Tower in the distance. Oop. We see a street leading up to the Eiffel Tower with just like sort of buildings on it. I don't know what the buildings look like. In particular, one of the buildings is a cinema, I seem to recall. And on the cinema sign is written, I don't know French, Revanche du Jedi. Whatever, it's a reference. Yeah, the game takes an interesting turn here. So yeah, this person just sort of tears a hole in space. Don't worry about it. Like animals and babies and baby animals. Yeah, empathy thing. Yeah, basically. I think it's less sort of. Is there anything like wholly sexual in this game? Not really. It's not really that kind of thing. Maybe there is, and I've just missed it. How about Slate? Hello, you left to get some coffee food in your back. Ah, she's so pretty, yes, and she's torn a hole in space. It's fine. Rapunzel be having new hobbies, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, in the middle of this, like, I think an ambulance or something drives towards this sort of portal, and very, very quickly, she decides to close it back up again because otherwise, presumably, she'd be hit by an ambulance. Not ideal. It's the opposite of what ambulances are for. Why is she here if she can just open holes in space? Interesting question. I can't answer that. So that being done, she walks off. And a new light lights up on the board. I think library is now lit up. And you walk through, sort of following her, go through different rooms, doing different things. But generally speaking, that's the gist of it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. This will never be explored in the game at all, don't worry. So, eventually you work your way up and up and up the tower. And you come to a room which is like... You get right up to the top, so you walk outside on top of the statue. You're like on the shoulders of the statue or something, and you're walking outside. I'm not going to draw that because it lasts like 10 seconds. But from there, you enter a room which isn't huge per se. It's quite big, but it's got like bars around it. Don't know if you're telling the truth or if you're going, this will never be explained, wink wink. I didn't say this would never be explained. I said I can't answer that. What you need to work out is whether or not I will never answer that, or whether or not I'm restraining myself. Right. Yeah, so we come to this room, which I'm not drawing, which has like bars around it, sort of circular barred room. And we go, there's a door on the other side. And we go to walk through the door. Ooh. Where's it's gone, bugger? I just saw it leave, but I didn't see what it was. Like Grim Fandango getting in the way of my harvests. That's a sentence no one's ever said before. Oh, hang on, I can symmetrize this. Not like that, I can't. Yeah, so we come to this barred room, circular sort of barred room with the door on the other end, and we're like, okay, walk through. And the next place to go is through the door. So you walk through the room, and then the floor just sort of tilts and you fall out into the room below. And you hit the ground with a big old thud. The room you have found yourself in is a library. Dang old Fandango ruined the crops again. Don't know what that was. Angry sword radish. We see that so many times. I need to make more. You will never be explained. That statement does work, yeah. So yeah, we come into this sort of nice library area. It's got some steps going up. There's just loads of books on shelves. It's a good time. Well, it would be a good time if it weren't for the fact that we just sort of fell into it. Dark, it cannot be explained. But you're not even trying to ask that. Ah, I saw that one. Yeah. Obviously, I've decided to explain what's happening here before drawing this, and as a consequence, I have to wait until I finish drawing this to actually explain what happens next. Because, you know, I like reveals and things. Stuff happens. I won't get too bogged down in details. He says drawing the main character's neckerchief. Need to be faster with this series. It's going very slow so far. Gonna be here for half the year. Right, hurry up. Yeah, the idea. We're just sort of falling from a hole in the ceiling. Maybe it's a mimic. Maybe. On an unrelated note, Ragdoll, I will get on it tomorrow morning. And Dark, I will get on it tomorrow afternoon. There's many things to get on. Get on and get down. Yeah, so we fall into this room and we see, oh, here's the person is here. And she is surprised to see us here. And her first response to seeing that we are here is to just pick up books and throw them at us. Which I think is a reasonable response to somebody just literally falling into your house, presumably.
And she kills Jack the end. On an unrelated note, can you believe to learn that Crispy is good at art? And it's amazing he does so many art in one stream. And he should stop being mean to himself.
No, I can't believe to learn that. No. Interesting. So yeah, she's just like, who are you? What are you doing in here? Ah! I think if you look closely, the books are like they're like quantum physics for dummies. Quantum physics and other stuff.
Chris, I'll come to your house and break your kneecaps for bullying my good friend Crispy Parsnips.
I love your delivery there, Hazel. Chris, I will come to your house and I will break your kneecaps. So yeah, she basically comes up and hits us with books. And she, after a while, she's like, "Hang on, you're real? You're actually like you're a person, right?" And we say, "Pretty sure." How old is this woman girl? Not sure. I could look it up actually. Let's have a look. It's not a spoiler or anything. I mean, part of me wants to say that's an interesting question. We'll get to that, but I'm sure there is a specific answer. 19 to 20 years old, apparently. Are you real is a weird first question to ask someone. I think that literally she does say, "Are you real?" And she sort of like touches Jack's face. I was like, "You real? You a person?" Jack's like, "Why are you touching my face?" So yeah, I'm real, and I'm here to get you apparently. And she says, "Well, that's bad, because you can't get out of here." Lord knows I've tried. There's a big door over here. It's over here. And it's a big old metal door. And it's got a big handle on it and big lock combination things. And she's like, "I've tried. I've learned a lot about lockpicking. I've learned a lot about trying to break through doors, and I can't get through that bloody thing." But yeah, she seems sort of like, at the very least, on board to get out if possible. Like if you didn't expect them to be real, what good would throwing books do? It's just it's an automatic response. I don't think there was an awful lot of thought that went into that process. I think it's literally Jack falls down, looks up, sees her, and says hi, and then she throws a book at you. Give a Jack on that one. Don't touch my face. Yeah, it's around about this point that I've not left space for any of this stuff. It's gonna get thrown. There's already a book. This version of this character is quick. Actually, I guess we should learn this character's name now, right? That's on you guys. In actual fact, I do think we learn her name. Maybe we learn her name when Jefferson was talking. Because I think Jack says her name and she says, "How do you know my name?" Which is a good question. I don't know how we know her name. Either way, there's the thing. Is it a statue of Jefferson? Can't remember exactly what it is. It's like a statue of a person. It's a gold statue. And it's got like sort of pipes coming out the back of it. And it's probably wearing like a flag or something, I don't know. There's a statue here, it's a thing. And it's holding like some sort of pan type thing. I never really looked closely at this, because you don't really have time. Jacqueline. Jacqueline was 17. No, she wasn't. She was 19 to 20. Take that, Franz Ferdinand. Sorry, Jefferson's also got a big nose. Lots of big noses in this game. Yeah, it's on the thing, and then while they are conversing, you better know why we're here. We are here to bring them the girl and wipe away the debt. That is almost literally all we know. Isa? I saw Esau kissing Kate. Kate saw I saw Esau. It's a tongue twister. I don't know the rest. Who do we bring the girl to? That is also a good question. These are very good questions, and they are worth asking. Just throwing out names? Well, you should keep some back. If we get the girl, then what? Is there a drop-off point? It's pronounced Isa. Okay. I don't mind. I believe... I guess context from the rest of the game would imply that Jack is trying to take her back to Manhattan, I guess. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. And by which I mean, feel free to worry about it. The game does not explain these things deliberately. You have hundreds of these things. Get rid of them. A note with please bring the girl to the nearest McDonald's, get her a burger, F off, and your debt will be cleared. Not even that. Doesn't specify McDonald's. Manhattan isn't that place huge. I'm assuming that Jack is from Manhattan. That is my assumption. I'm kind of giving things away by saying that I don't really know. But we'll get there. There's a reason. There's always reasons. Well, maybe not. But there's usually reasons. I can't, you know, we did a draw through of Metal Gear Solid. I can't rightfully claim that there will always be reason. Where are we? Like, Columbia's in the sky. What's it above? Is it above Manhattan? Well, it was above Maine, the coast of Maine, when we arrived. But it does fly, so who knows where it is now. The first thing she had was an American McDonald's. She wanted to go back into captivity. I don't really remember much about McDonald's. Well, I used to have it when I was a kid, but don't know much else. I remember Burger King being too dry, and that's it. McDonald's, no memories at all. Where is Maine in relation to Manhattan? Are we going to need to go on a road trip? Probably. I don't know. Americans of chit chat, or people who are like just know geography. Where is Manhattan in relation to Maine? This is a badly thought out plan. Who made this plan, Simon? I really want to answer that question, but I can't. So. Manhattan is in New York. Maine is north of that. Okay, so we need to go south. It's probably 3 to 4 hours away by car or whatever. Might be 5 hours. Okay, what about by flying city? Roughly speaking. I don't know how many times you've gone from Maine to New York in flying city. Dirigible would do. Anyway, while this is happening, this statue starts to make sounds. Sort of plays a little sort of whistly song sort of thing. Something like that. And the girl panics. Oh yeah, have we worked out her name? I probably should focus on that. The city just floating about, or is it controlled flight? I'm guessing controlled. Yeah, it would be controlled. This can go places. And has, and we'll get to that. Are we going with Issa? Or Ava? Or a lot of A's. A lot of ending in A's. Emma? Juba? What? Bella? Moldova? This floating city doesn't go at the same speed as a car, because that would be insane. So we're going to get a car or a plane? How about Issa? Issa's a nice name. I'll go with Issa. Which is actually not too far off one of the syllables in the normal name. Well, 2 of the syllables, I guess. It's Issa. So it could be a nickname. It works. Moldova, like the country. I was just trying to think of words ending in A. This is what I'm like with Wordle. Bologna. Okay, cool. Well, I'm happy with Issa. This is Issa. Or Isa. Take out a cash Isa now. I took out an Isa once, and then the interest rate plummeted, and it wasn't worth anything. Black hole. To fit with the tearing of space-time that this character can apparently just do. They can have similarities to our actual name. It works. It's probably the closest we've actually ever come to naming one of these characters. It's not, definitely not the same, but it's nice. Okay, so we've met Issa. Anyway, statue starts to whistle. Issa panics. That looks like a dinosaur. Thank you, Rectal. So Maine is the head and New York is the tail. I thought New York was by the coast. I guess a bit of it is. Huh. You see the dinosaur? Manhattan is on the far south part of New York where the island is. Okay. Yeah, Manhattan's an island, isn't it? Cool. Nice. Good to know. I knew Maine was, let's say, top right. Northeast. But I didn't know where New York was. Yeah, cool. Whistling statue, Issa panics. And she says, "This is bad, he's coming." And Jack says, "Who's coming?" And then we hear a screeching outside, just this sort of high-pitched metallic screech, which I'm not going to attempt to replicate, but imagine a high-pitched metallic screech. And Issa looks at the ceiling and goes, "Just a minute!" Throughout the whole thing, Booker, catch! There's me, Walter. Walter's in this case. Walter's catch! We'll get to that. There's a lot of catching, which, given a scene that happens in a bit, is quite surprising. Also, hi Lewis, how you doing? Yeah, so she panics, the screech is heard outside, and she's like, "Just a minute, I'm just getting dressed." And we say, "We need to get out of here." And she goes, "I've just told you, it's locked. I can't get out. I've been trying for years." And Jack goes, "Hang on a minute, I was given a key." And he sort of fishes around his pockets and he picks out a key. Do you remember we had a key that had like a picture of a cage on it? Turns out, on the flip side of that, there's a picture of a bird. Who'd have thought? And Issa sort of snatches it out of her hands and goes, "Wait, hang on, this looks good." And then runs over to the door, tries it in the door, and would you know, the door opens. So that's handy. That would have been problematic if it didn't. You know, the story wouldn't have gone very far. Sure, convenient. I mean, we were given the key for a reason, right?
It's frozen. I can't open it.
Again, another door that we just opened. I promised you locked doors, and we will get them. But at the moment, this one just opens. So we open this big old bulkhead of a door. Like, it's really hard to open. It's very heavy. For size reference, Maine has an area of 80,000 square kilometers. I don't really understand square kilometers is.
This door is unlocked.
This door is unlocked, indeed. And we start going down the tower. Because we're at the top of the tower. By which I mean statue. By which I mean tower statue. By which I mean Stour. There's a river near me.
This door is bolted open.
If only. You have to do like you have to press a button prompt just to squeeze through it. So yeah, you work your way down the tower, and you're running down sort of stairs and stuff like that. And Issa's shouting at you, saying like, "Who are you? Why are you here?" And you know, Jack probably introduces himself at some point, and says something along the lines of, "I'm the person who's trying to get you out of this bloody tower." And she says, "Why?" He says, "I don't know." This is written on a piece of paper. How do hands work? It's not like that, that's for sure. And the reason they're shouting is because the screeching is still happening, as well as a lot of banging now. So yeah, you're just sort of running through sort of like ramparts and gantryways and stuff like that. Gantryway, is that a word? It is now. Sleepy Snip. You don't look anything like Walters. What's going on? I keep wanting to call him Walters, even though it makes more sense to call him Jack, but that's just because the main game refers to the character mostly by his surname. No, it is the first name, isn't it? I keep thinking it's the last name because it feels more like a last name to me. Anyway. Love that for anyone with sensitive ears. Yeah, it's a thing. Although, again, we have mentioned before that in this game the audio is extremely well done. So I don't think there's probably any issues with like it feels loud because it drowns everything else out, but it's not like badly mixed or anything. Tuesday Snip. Yeah, we're just running now, because apparently there's a sense of danger, even though we don't know what from. The anvil heavy music is playing. They use a lot of anvil in the dramatic themes of this game. I draw a lot of crumpled fists, and they always look bad. The Czech Republic is 78,000 square kilometers, a bit smaller than the state of Maine. Lovely. I don't really know an awful lot about the Czech Republic, to be fair, but... The size of the USA will never make sense to me. It's big. How big? It's big. It's a big thing. We discussed skyhooks yet, and the manner utilized against police officers. We have, yes. We have, hang on, let me go back to stream 3, I think it was. Yeah, just before that. Yeah, this was my, this was my illustration of that. Luckily, this person didn't have a face to begin with, so it's fine. And this was also my illustration of how skyhooks are used for their intended purpose. Officer TBA, yes. Was a victim of police brutality. Vicarious brutality. Also, hi Liz, how you doing? You having a good Tuesday? Because it's Tuesday today. It's definitely Tuesday. Problem is, if we keep saying this, I'm actually going to believe it's Tuesday. I'm easily convinced of things. Here's some European countries put on top of the continental USA map. Nice. According to what projection? Sorry, I was jumping between Discord and Twitch chat, so if anybody's watching the VOD and this doesn't make sense, that's why. Is identifying bodies a nuisance? Did your husband have a dropped raspberry trifle for a face? Oh no. So yeah, Issa is just calling back questions, saying, "What are you doing here? Why did you have a plan to get us out?" And we're like, "Nope, not really. Why are you here? Dunno. I was told to. I'm the person who's here to get you out." And going through, we also noticed a couple of interesting things, by which I mean the viewing windows, which we were looking through before when we saw her doing her whole strange portal shtick. She sees them, and she's like, "Wait, hang on. People were watching me? This whole time people were watching me?" As far as she was concerned, they were mirrors. And that makes her ask the question, why me? Why am I? What am I? I believe the question is, what am I? What am I, Jack? And then Jack says, "You're the girl who's getting out of this tower." And that's a nice little line. He's like, "I don't care. I'm here to get you out." Gross. Yeah. Oh, you find that gross? Not the bloody rag from downstairs. With presumably this character's first period on it. Again, luckily she's wearing a skirt, so that helps. Don't have to draw legs. She's got big old boots on. I don't know why I think that. Might be wrong. Who knows? You're going to open up a rips in space, but sure. Guess you wouldn't be able to know that others can't do that. I guess so. Again, she was quite surprised to see that we were, you know, real. So, I don't know how much human contact she gets. Always think people have big boots on. That is true. Big boots and ponytails. This character does have a ponytail. I do know that. That is... yeah, and you go through here, and again, lots of... I cannot emphasize just how much screeching is happening outside. What was the ah, funky potato. Having a grand old time. I can't remember sort of what's going on with these clothes. I think it's short sleeves. Is it short sleeves? We'll go short sleeves. Why not? Probably isn't, but it is now. She is quite small compared to you, but that's alright because I'm never going to draw these things in perspective anyway. So yeah, you're running across gantries and all these sorts of things. And lots of rumbling, lots of banging, lots of screeching, lots of anvil, because the composer really liked anvil. And just like, hang on, I can do this in a slightly more dramatic way, although it will rely on my line art being relatively good, which is not a fantastic idea. Auto saving, right. Good enough. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for you. It's good enough for you, it's what I want of you. Oh, sorry, I forgot the, big ol' shiny eyes. Right, turn it down a little bit. Get rid of some of that for the gantry. And then just add just some massive sort of scratch marks as something on the outside of this place really wants to get in. And like sort of rays are coming in because it's very dark in here and it's quite light outside. And we're about an hour in, that means the music has ended. So let me refresh. This is fine, don't worry about it. And I think this happens a bit with a lift, but I'm going to do it here because I don't want to draw a lift. Basically, whatever it is, it bursts a hole through. Oh no, that's it. There is a lift, and I might draw it. But it sort of bursts a hole through the metal of this sort of building. And attempts to peer through, and I guess now I have to draw it. This is actually one of the things that I could theoretically cheat quite easily on, because all I have to do is look behind me, because I have this thing on a poster. But I shan't. I should try and do it as well as I can. From memoir. So yeah, it's a big old mechanical bird thing. Funnily enough, what with you being high in the sky and this thing being outside and screeching. And I think it's got like sort of tubes coming out of it. I think. And its eyes are sort of interesting because it sort of peers through, like looking one eye at a time, or like sticks the side of its face in and looks at you with one of its eyes because its eyes are on sort of the side of its head. And it sort of has sort of like these lights in its eyes, but they sort of flip around to different colors, so that it sort of looks at you with like a green eye or something. So it sort of sticks a green eye in, and then the eye sort of chunks to the side, and then, oh god, now it's red. Now bad things are happening. Baby! You came back to baby! Welcome back. I can't remember how to draw it. It also has massive claws. Again, this is sort of like a very mechanical looking thing. Is this Portal 2 now? Yes, it suddenly turned into the space core. Fail. I feel like it sort of stops there, it might not. But yeah, it's big, it's angry, and it doesn't like you. So it sticks its head through and tries to get you. And then a lift falls on its head. So that gives you a bit of reprieve. Give her a new protect baby at all costs. About that. Teenage you was terrified of this thing. It's scary. Like, it can be. There's only one thing scarier than this in the game, and I think I know what you're talking about, and it's going to be a while before we get there. I hope I know what you're talking about, otherwise it's something completely different and I'm lost. If I were to say ear trumpet, would that make sense? So yeah, this all happens and we're running down and all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, we can't run down anymore because it's just destroying the thing. We destroyed the lift. The lift fell on its head. You know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, so a lift fell on its head, so we're not going down because the lift's not there anymore. And that is sorry, brief aside. One of the big problems with a what could be scarier than a chicken robot. This thing, by the way. I don't know when we find out its name. It's not a particular reveal or anything, so I might as well tell you it's called Songbird. Which is unsurprising because it's a big old bird and it came when it heard a song. But I guess theoretically you could rename it. I think Songbird's fine. It's not really a name so much as a description. Hang on, I'm actually gonna. Okay, on the poster I've got the tubes are coming out the front of the beak, but otherwise it's pretty accurate. It's called chicken now. Oh god, the songbird's called chicken, crows are ostriches. What is going on with this world? Excuse Oh no, is there gonna be fights over songbird? So yeah, seeing as you can't go down anymore, what with the lift not being in operation, they decide instead to go up. Precisely what that's going to entail, we don't know. So they go up to the top of this statue, which I will then draw. I will draw as follows. I'm going to stand those on and then off again. It's fine. I have a system. Do not hate chicken baby. So let's draw this statue. This would really help if I knew what the statue looked like. I'm just going to draw a generic statue Wafty hair. Statue eyes. Like a nose or something. And I think like we're on the shoulder of it or something. Sort of running up to the head. So like here's... And it's very windy, and Songbird is flying around. It's very dramatic. This is a very dramatic scene. I kind of want to put on the music, because there is just so much anvil in the music, and I cannot possibly stress enough just how much anvil there is. They really, really liked anvil. There's like a sort of banister that they're sort of gripping onto to go up. It's very windy. Is it up? No, it's not an in-universe one. That does look cool though. Look at that. Neat. There's a lot of good posters in the game. Like Anvil. Apparently in Anvil, I only recently learned this getting into sort of orchestral music. Apparently people really like putting anvil in an orchestra, which is basically just a block of metal that you hit. Which is, I guess, is true of like tubular bells and glockenspiel, but it's not tuned or anything, it's just a bit of metal. Basically what I'm saying is there's a lot of metal hits in it, but it's called anvil, so I get to say anvil a lot. Today's VOD is going to be called Anvil.
Anvil.
Anvil. Anvil of Breen. What? Ah, I missed it. Wasn't paying attention. It's like Smithies technically play music constantly. They play the percussive instrument. I wouldn't say they play music per se. Percussion does not music in and of itself make. In my opinion. I'm sure the Blue Man Group disagree. That one is okay. Thank you very much for the demonstration. Thank you for the Avril Lavigne pun. You're very welcome. I don't know why. Why? I don't know why. He's probably wearing like robes or something. Now sort of leaning forward, his arms sort of stretched out. And it's got big wings. Again, I'm drawing this. If you remember from the first part, where I revealed the floating city is a big old statue. That's what I'm drawing. And Songbird is just sort of flying around, causing a ruckus. Sorry, Chicken is flying around, causing a ruckus. Again, I don't quite know how the wings work. It's fine. It's what it is. Burb! I think it kind of feels like oddly human in many sort of proportional aspects. Well, not proportion, it's huge. But I'm just going to draw it as I draw it. It's fine. Oh, I guess there is one other thing that is pointed out in when you're watching Issa. I've just remembered from my poster because it's on there. So if everyone loves Mr. Bubbles, everyone can love chicken. It's a sentence. But no, I love chicken. Who doesn't love chicken? Just gonna draw like. There's probably like more tubes and cables and stuff. It's just flying around and going. Splash. And this thing's got strong claws, slashing at you. It's very dangerous, but also, fortunately for us, inaccurate. As all good villains should be. Yeah, I love chicken for reasons that we'll get to much later, but I'm very unsettled. Now he's looking nonplussed. Now, some of you may possibly be thinking, hey, this is Crispy, you've done your thing again. You've spent far too much time working on something that has absolutely no purpose to be drawn, and you are correct. However, in this case, it does have a purpose to be drawn, because chicken, real overzealous, just way above and beyond the Call of Duty. Because this thing isn't intact anymore. After this thing's done with it. Yeah, this is, got bits of rebar and stuff sticking out of it. This is a strong bird. Should be called Strongbird. Good job, chicken. You're a heretic. And yeah, we're on that bit. So this is not ideal. Swoosh. In a single swoop, just carves right into this thing and just destroys the tower. And we fall from the sky, which is not ideal. Good job, Jiggin. You're a heretic now. Can go in your questionable no quotes book. It's a good time. It's like 99% of what you say. If it were any less, I would get worried. Lewis, I thank you for your thank you for your proferation of a reference image. But the fun of the draw-through is me being able to not remember how things look. Drawing things very badly. It's fine, though. You'll always be saying nonsense, don't you worry. Yes. That's the way you live your life. Nonsensically. So yeah, we're plummeting. Fortunately for us, we have a magical magnet hook on our hand. And there's probably some lines just sort of floating around here. Connecting up some places. With balloons. Making them float. Got little lights on them to make sure planes don't bump into them, I guess. Keep forgetting the thing works via magnets. Yeah, so we just sort of grab Issa. Jack grabs Issa. This is where the problem with me doing draw-throughs of games where, like, there's just a protagonist becomes an issue. Because when I say we, I can't now say we grab Issa, because Issa is now part of the group. Because we've got to hold on to her. We've got to rescue her and take her back to wherever. We've got to bring someone the girl and wipe away the debt. Who remains to be seen? Where? Probably not Maine. How long is the car ride? Don't know. Are we going to be able to get a car that's reliable enough in 1918? I don't know. How effed would you be if you actually use magnets like this? Very. The shoulder would dislocate, certainly. Or you just let go of it. Sorry, the 1918s. My apologies. Yeah, so we grab onto a skyhook. But hey, guess what? Songbird, if it can take down a massive statue, it can take down a thin bit of metal in the sky. So it severs the sky line, I believe they're called. Turns it into spaghetti by the looks of it. And as we're traveling along, we just sort of plummet down and fall down out of the sky, and land in some water. As you do. And there's like one of those dramatic moments where they're falling through the sky, and Jack's holding onto Issa's hand, but then they let go because of the panic, and it's like, oh no, they reach out to each other, but no, can't grab each other in time, and then sploosh. How often will you bring that joke back? Every time. I think we probably have another one of our little trips to the office now. Do you know what? I'm gonna just copy and paste this because there's no point drawing it again. There it is. Do you remember this? When we were baptized, we woke up in a sort of black and white office. Everything, there's a weird voice behind the door going bang, 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 bang. And in the room there was like empty bottles and stubs of betting slips and all that sort of stuff. The office was a separate bit? Separate bit? Wait, did you think the office was in the baptismal pool? Or like by it? Did you think we had to pass through that to get out? I may have explained poorly if that's the case. No, not that. After the office, we were on the street and went to the festival. After the office, we opened the door and then like a missile was fired at our face. And then we woke up in a pool. And you thought the office was part of that world all this time? Don't recall, because previously on Bioshock Infinite, I think might be misremembering things. That's all right. That's why I have the drawings. We arrived in Colombia via rocket, and a happy guy in a pool said, "You must be baptized before you can enter the city." And he baptized us by drowning us, and we fell unconscious. We then woke up in a black and white room, which is like an office with empty bottles of betting stubs, etc. We open the door and we see Manhattan from above being exploded by a floating city. Not great. A missile fired at our face, and we go, "Blah!" and we wake up in a pool. So it's safe to assume that that was all like drowning dream. And we've just landed in water again, so presumably we're having another one. Always having the drowning dream again. How did we get to the street? We just left. We woke up in the garden from the baptismal pool and we walked out and went to the street. Neither does anyone who's played the game, yeah. I was attached to the pool. Yeah, you should get out from there. You have to be baptized to get into the city. You literally go through a tunnel from a little river. We were unconscious at the time because we got drowned. And then you just wake up in a pool in a garden. And then you walk out. I didn't draw that, so... yeah. They just left us in the pool, yeah. They drowned us, chucked us down the, the little flue pipe. Out into the pool outside, and we woke up in a garden. Your brain is breaking, that's the idea. You just wait. You just wait. If you're gonna... If my telling of this story is gonna cause complications about geography like this... you just wait. So yeah, we are now back in the office. We're now back in Drowning Dream office. I'm gonna say this happens probably now. Issa's here now, just sort of leaning up against the wall and just sort of staring at the floor, and she's just sort of mumbling to herself. I think she's saying something along the lines of, she might be repeating like what's being shouted on the other side of the door, but in like a kind of mumbly sort of. Like she's in a trance or something. People complain about the timeline in Witcher. Again, just wait. Just wait. You're gonna have to wait a while, but for now. It doesn't help that you're also just easily confused. It's fine, don't worry about it. Again, like this sort of draw through is I think that was tomato, potato. Just caught a little bit. Discord is getting in the way now. I'll move it. Okay, I've moved it. That was tricky, wasn't it? Yeah, so she's just sort of leaning up and repeating words like, you know, bring us the girl, wipe away the debt, open the door, Walters, etc. Potato boat face was jumbled. It was a nice potat. Yeah, so we now have an addition to our mind office, I guess. So we'll call it that. There's your boot. I do think she wears boots. And then you open the door, and then full bright light, you wake up. You don't see Manhattan exploding this time, you just sort of wake up. We're BBC Sherlock. The concept of it wasn't a mind palace originally, was it? It was like a mind house or something. But that wasn't invented by Sherlock, funnily enough. But so I'll stick with mind office because then that's legally distinct. Oh, I missed it. I have OBS open now and I can see it, and I still bloody missed it. I saw you type harvest. Stoic potat. That's good. Sorry, I have done a lot of drawing today, so I'm going to have to stretch my hand periodically. Vampire carrot. All the better for seeing you in the dark. Mind palaces are a memorization technique. I have used it before, which is why I still remember that Noetherian rings satisfy the ascending chain condition, and Artinian rings satisfy the descending chain condition, which is a piece of abstract mathematics I will never need again in my life. But because the Mind Palace technique is very good, it's still in there. It's not. No, it's not TM. It's fine. It's an awful pun. You love it. That wasn't the intention. I just came up with it now.
Chris. Please.
What? Those are words, yeah. Also, a ring is Cohen Macaulay if its depth is equal to its dimension. And the depth involves is the sort of largest sequence of ascending ideals. These are all things that are in my mind palace. It's kind of like a little cottage. It's got wood beams. It's nice. So they said the game was going to bust your brain, not you. It's maths. No one needs to know this, least of all me. So instead, we're going to go back to the game, which is just about quantum physics, so it's fine.
Play song to summon baby.
Yeah, so we wake up. Oh, speaking of, the last of the Sherlock Holmes books will be in public domain soon. Ah, so do with that what you will. Fantastic. Which one was that? The special one? I remember them talking about war coming. Near the end of one. Or chicken or whatever we named them. I didn't name them anything. That's your guys' job. I'm quite happy to call them baby chicken. We wake up on a beach. Thomgbub. So, oh my god, bub. And Issa is standing over us and asking us how we are. And we're like, asking, kind of stop personifying the main character as us. Asking Jack how he is. Specifically named them Cheap the Chicken. The Sunbird. Baby Chicken. Chick. What a chick. No, look, God in the VOD, but you typed that right before you heard it. No, it's fine. Everyone knows there's a delay in Twitch chat. Particularly given how many frames Frame Man keeps stealing. Yeah, and we go, oh, we're fine. And she's like, no, let me help you. Well, I leave me alone, I'll get up when I need to. She's like, fine. She pulls a face. Which demonstrates that this game has pretty good, like, facial animations. It was like one of the first things they showed off of the game. Which obviously you haven't seen a great deal of so far, because most of the people you've met have either had, like, very stoic appearances or metal hooks in their face. So this is like the first character with sort of an element of personality. And yeah, you wake up on a beach, and you may very well ask yourself, beach? Which is a reasonable question to ask, one word though it may be. But yeah, it's a beach, there's like a shore with like waves coming in, nice of water, it's all sandy. There's like some sandcastles, probably. Beach. You know infinity pools? You know those things that people have like on the side of buildings? Where like the sea just sort of, the pool just sort of carries on. Hang on, I got a picture of an infinity pool. This isn't spoilers. It's Bioshock Infinite. That's why they named it, for the pool. Why can nobody take a good picture of an infinity pool? There we go. That's a The rich person thing, absolutely yes. So it's like you have a pool, but it's like it doesn't have a clearly defined edge, and if you do it on the side of the sea, it just looks like it carries on into the sea. That's why it's called an infinity pool. So it's like a swimming pool, and then it has an edge, but because the edge is not raised or anything, it just looks like it keeps going. Anyway, we got that going on basically. You are on an artificial beach on a floating platform in the sky, and the beach just sort of the water just sort of keeps going to the edge, and then it just sort of pours off. And you do it on the side of Floating City, it looks like hard, because no. Yeah, don't swim too far out in this beach. It's probably a bad idea. Are we not on a beach? We are on a beach. It just so happens that beach is artificial. We are, hang on, let me draw it. There's like the big balloons underneath with the scaffolding. Then there's like a thing, and then some buildings in the middle. And walkways and stuff, and we're like here, and here's a beach, and here's some water, and here's all the water coming off the edge of the flying platform.
The beach is a lie.
And it's being sort of like pumped out of big pumps in the middle. Officially, this is rain capture. And by officially, I mean you come across a plumber who's working on the pipes. And he talks about the fact that this is rain capture. We are still in Colombia, yes. We are still in the floating city. I think this is called Battlefield Bay or something? It has a name. Doesn't capture rain very well if it's falling off. Ah! It captures it very well, given that we're over the clouds. Currently, anyway. Yeah, so we're on this thing, and there's like beach balls and stuff. There are people on this beach, people wandering around having a good time. Apparently nobody saw us fall out of the sky into the sea. Like towels and stuff. There are people doing like exercises. Everybody's wearing like old-fashioned swimsuits and things. You know, the ones that go like basically from knee to shoulder, fully covering the arms and the legs and stuff. Yeah, and we're like, oh god, this hurts. He's like, just give me a minute, I'll stay here. And Issa's like, hang on, I hear music. That's music. I'm gonna go find the music. So she runs off and finds the music. Whatever his name, probably made better than in Battlefield 2042. Well, this seems to be functioning. Yeah, and there's like a promenade up the top. The sort of wooden bits. Building here, sort of like a canopy, some little stalls where you can go buy popcorn or something. They're all closed at the moment. You're just on a beach. It's nice. There's attractions and people running around and having a good time. No children, I think. Now that I think about it, I think it is just adults. Knees and shoulders are forbidden. We just plummeted into water at breakneck speeds and didn't break our necks. Yeah, this is, don't worry about physics. Well, I guess for all of these things, there is a slim chance that you could land in such a way that nothing gets hurt, and slim chances are this game's best friend. Which Sounds like an insult, but we'll get there. So yeah, we just wake up on this beach and we can wander around and you can find some things. Some things you can find, you find a voxophone, i.e. a recording of somebody speaking, who claims to be the biographer, the official biographer of Father Jefferson. And he's been commissioned to write the biography. And he finds this a bit of a difficult task, given that Father Jefferson refuses to say anything at all about his life prior to his baptism, which happened quite late in life. And he says that, I left all of that previous life by the riverside. And so the biographer's like, this makes my job very tricky. I'm just going to have to quote scripture a lot to bulk this thing out. Which I thought was quite funny. In this game, physics doesn't exist. It's all women's intuition. Yes. She says quantum physics. We think it's women's intuition. Once I went by Ford, but that was a different time. I forded that river. But yeah, you can also wander around these people and you hear a lot of sort of societal bits and pieces. You know, the sort of carefree men and women having a good time at the seaside and being very old-fashioned in their views and opinions and things like that. And eventually you come across a little bandstand. Well, not a bandstand, a sort of sticky outy thing. Pier, I guess. Yeah, a pier. We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? And on the pier are some musicians playing like an accordion and a fiddle. And I'm going to give one of them a sailor hat for no particular reason. Look at this happy chap playing the squeeze box. They're just having a lovely time. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that people say around here. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't leave this place because the game doesn't want you to leave before getting Issa back. So there's like a muscle man photography competition thing happening in the way of the stairs that lead out of it. So, oh yeah, I also mentioned the plumber. There's a plumber in here, and he's I think Irish, and he's complaining about working conditions and things like that. There's like a muscle man photography thing. It's like people posing, showing off muscles and things in these bathing suits. I can draw the bathing suits, can't I? Sort of. They're all stripy. So you didn't understand correctly, yeah. There's also people doing exercises on the beach. It's a good time. Oh, I also want to say something from my personal playthrough, which may differ if you decide to play the game. In this game, there are many containers, following on from Bioshock 1, and you can loot containers with randomly generated things in them. And it's usually like you get a bit of ammo or you get some money. Or you can get like healing items, and some healing items are food, so you can get like a chocolate bar or a snack or something. Sometimes you can get cigarettes, which I think they damage your health, but then you could also get like alcohol, which damages your health but also gives you magic, like salt. There's some interesting sort of things going on there that are never really particularly well explored, but for some reason in this game they just decided to up all of the things that you can have in these containers. And so I went into this plumber's workshop where he's dealing with all the rainwater pipes and all that sort of stuff. And I decided to see what was in his lunchbox. And in his lunchbox were just 2 whole pineapples. I'm like, what are you having for lunch? How do you... That is not a normal lunch, sir. There's a lot of pineapples in this world. I don't know why. It's just like whole boxes of popcorn and pineapples, and it's weird. Anyway, you come across this bunch of musicians, and you find Issa having a dance. She's having a wonderful time. Oh my god, there are people and music and dance, and it's amazing, it's overwhelming. It's fantastic. That really got you. Why are you eating 2 whole pineapples? It just made me laugh. Like I say, it's randomly generated, so... Return to talking of men with titties? Titties? Where? Oh, yeah, I missed that, sorry. Men with titties getting the photo taken purely for art. Yes. No, that was the game, in fact. You're being blocked by a muscle man photography competition. Yes, she's having a dance. She is happier than you have ever seen her, even though you've only just met her. She certainly seems happier than she's ever been. It's a grand old time. This is amazing. And she's like, well, you're like, well, we've probably got to go. You know, you knowing what's going on. We return to talk of men with titties. Titties? What? Oh, miss. You said it. I missed your message. So I had to look up. I was like, oh, miss said a thing with men with titties. This person's going to die. We feel for them, therefore we're doomed. I want you to remember that sentence. For as long as you possibly can. Because it is a very fun sentence, from my perspective. I guess one of the things you can appreciate that it was you that talked about men with titties, miss. That means you won't be called out again. Hey, you like what you like. You draw what you draw. Having a good time. Everyone's having a good time. Like Issa here. But one of the interesting things about this game, from the point of view of death, is from this point on, Issa is a companion who will find things for you. And so she will find like coins on the floor, and she'll go, "Hey, Jack, catch!" and then throws coins at you from like across the room. She's very good aim. But one of the interesting things is that, you know, usually in games you got a companion you got to look after. Yeah, Jack, catch! You know, it's frustrating. You've now got to manage your health and the health of a companion. Turns out, Issa, invincible. Never gets in trouble at all. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much for her well-being. I don't know what dance she's doing. The dance that they do in Lord of the Rings. So yeah, Issa the best companion in any game because she can take care of herself. She's a strong, independent woman who don't need no Jack. However, Jack needs her. And so, segue. So, Jack suddenly moves 180 degrees and catches a bag of coins at terminal velocity with one hand. One particular hand, which we will get to tomorrow. We will not get to the sausage today. Oh no. We won't have time. Almost though, we're very close. This is TBB. Who is also having a dance. That's how TBB dances. How many TBs are we going to have over the course of this game? But yeah, we need her. Oh, sorry. Should point out. As we're walking through this place, there are like signs and billboards and things like that on the as we're going through, and there's a poster for an airship, which is the Lady Jefferson Memorial Airship or something along those lines. Your favorite is when bad guys collide with her and they have to have an awkward dance around one another because the bad guy just wants to murder you and she wants to give you a gun. Yeah, it's good. It's good times. And Jack died from a pineapple to the head at the end. No. Yeah, so there's like a Lady Jefferson. Come ride. It's a poster. It's an advertisement. Come ride the Lady Jefferson Memorial Airship. I can't remember what it's called. Something along those lines. And the Jack is like, that seems good. That'd be a good way to get out of it. Love this TVB sailor with the knee coming out of his crotch of an accordion man who is dead inside. It's not coming out of the crotch, just like that, see? It's a good time. An accordion man's not dead inside. He's the pure happy friend who's a joy to all and doesn't really understand anything. I just have a picture of an infinity ball on my screen. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, look at those. This is the kind of person who is having his photograph taken and is getting in the way of us leaving. He's suffering from Wilma face. I'll give him a beard. Right. So. Yes, all shoulders. Wilmoth face is a term. Good old Wilmoth. So yeah, so we're like, hey, Issa, do you wanna come with us now before the police find out we're here and shoot us? But she's like, I'm having a wonderful time. What could be better than this? And Jack sees, coincidentally, I say coincidentally, it's a poster for it, so it's obviously going to be nearby. He sees the big old airship that was being advertised. Drift by. Lady Jefferson. Autosave, there we go. A Lady Jefferson Memorial Airship, and it's got some fancy gilding. It's a very fancy thing. And there's like a propeller or something, probably. And so Jack, Issa says, "Oh, what could possibly be better than this?" And Jack points at the airship and goes, Paris? And she goes, what? What do you mean Paris? He said, well, that's where that blimp's going. She's like, brilliant, let's go. And then she grabs your hand and then you run off. So Jack's telling Porky's. He's trying to coerce her into getting onto the airship. He went on a hunch that she likes Paris. Because she's painted it and then ripped a hole in the space to get to it. That still hasn't been addressed. Don't worry. You haven't missed anything. Why do we want to get on the airship? How would you get off a flying city? We got here by rocket. We are still very much in the clouds. By the way, this is the right on the edge of the sea. Down there is Davy Jones' Locker, or also known as the Atlantic. Something less noticeable than an airship? Well, like sort of Icarus wings? Jump? They survived one deadly fall already. They were probably already at terminal velocity, so I can't imagine it would hurt anymore. Unless you fall through like a hail cloud? Wasn't there that story of a paratrooper who jumped out of a plane and went through a hail cloud and basically all of their bones were broken? Somehow survived. Not a pleasant experience, apparently. So yeah, I want to try and avoid that if possible. Does Maine get a lot of hail? I don't know how long we've been unconscious underwater for over the course of this story, so maybe we're not over Maine anymore. But yeah. Just keep looking at this face. What else can I say happen? Oh yes, do you know what I'm gonna draw? I talked about this already, but I'm gonna draw it. We go into the there's a souvenir shop by the thing. This is how we get out. Get out through the souvenir shop. That's how they sell you things. If you put the souvenir shop by the exit, you're forced for the children to steal the souvenirs. And there's a little sort of staircase place here, and there's a little thing. There's a little stand just up here with a little sort of puppet thing for kids. Are you a dupe or are you a dimwit? Etc. etc. We'll get to that. And there's little puppet things here. And Issa sees a picture of Father Jefferson, and Issa says, "Oh wow, I don't like the look of this guy." And the shop owner says, "Ah, do you not like the look of his face, or are you troubled by his prophetic gaze?" And Jack lets off a remark of something to do with, like, you know, he's got his face plastered everywhere, so he's probably an egotist of some description. They must have ways for people to get down. Why would you want to? Columbia has everything you need. Want to get an airship? Why would you go for the mother of all airships with Lady Jefferson Memorial on it? At least go for a less conspicuous one. It's because there's a poster saying, "Hey, buy tickets. It's right nearby. It's on Battleship Bay. That's where you are." It's literally just up the stairs. I just think he's ugly. It's the beard. It's not doing anything for me. Yeah, and so the souvenir stall owners are just a little bit weird. In particular, this little staircase behind the puppet thing. This has absolutely no bearing on the story, but I really do feel like I should point it out again. I mentioned it on stream the other day. I'm going to mention it again now. There's a little table here, just behind this thing. It's got a bucket in it with like a bottle with ice. There's like little plates with food on it, stuff like that. Tiny little chair. It's a very small table. And in one of the chairs is just a weird looking doll. Like kind of ventriloquist sort of doll. Well, not a ventriloquist, puppet doll thing. And it's just super weird for no reason. We never come back here. We never see this character again. This is just here. It's just like, this is just so telling of this character. It's like, what is happening here? Okay, no, one thing I can draw before we leave. I'm going to rearrange the geography of this place and put a turnstile here, which is how you leave. And I'm going to do one more thing before we leave. Probably shouldn't, but I will do it now. There's a little turnstile, which is how you get out. And in front of the turnstile is a lady. Shouldn't ask questions about classy ladies like that doll. Speaking of classy ladies, there's a lady who's sort of looking at a little compact, doing her hair or something. I'm not sure if she's got short hair or it's like tied back or something. But she looks back as we come through, and she's like, "Oh, Abigail. Oh, I haven't seen you for ages." And Issa goes, "Sorry, you probably got me confused. My name's not Abigail." And she goes, "No, it's me, Esther." Say, "I don't know an Esther." It's like, "Oh, so who are you then?" She says, "My name's Issa." Like, "Oh, that's a nice name." And then she walks off. What? Yes. How do we find out which person who worked on this game is responsible for the table? I don't know, but I want them to be more involved. When's what? Who's why? You've been asking that a lot. I'm just, you know. She is also rather unusually for the people around here, wearing sort of like a kind of pantsuit kind of thing. It's like black. I think it's got like a zip or something. Yeah, she just goes, "Hey, Abigail, I know you. It's me, Esther." And Issa's like, "Oh, I'm not Abigail, I'm Issa." "Oh, Issa, lovely name." Then walks off. Music has ended. That means it's 2 hours gone. More music. She's an unusual woman. She's wearing pants. She has a pineapple in her trousers. Got a pineapple in your trousers. I'm really pleased to see me. What? Because you brought me a pineapple. I've just realised this happens slightly later, but it doesn't make a difference because it doesn't. So. Like, no, I'm Issa. For some reason, got really used to Issa as a name really quickly. Jack took a while. Issa just got her name stolen by the Fae. No, it's that SCP. What steals names? I love that one. What is Redacted's name? And Issa. No, yeah, just Issa. How fortuitous. I know, it's like the middle bit, isn't it? You're gonna say the "or you just pleased to see me" joke. It's kind of like part of the original name. It's good, yeah. Jack bears no similarity at all. And it's also the name of the protagonist from Bioshock 1. Yes, I did find that out. That we've definitely not the same character. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this evening. Oh no, don't be upset, Potato. We will come back to this next week, where we will. What exciting things are gonna happen next week? We're gonna have a little bump back into the nice English people we keep bumping into. We're gonna go to an arcade. We're gonna have a lovely time as everybody sees that the big statue in the middle of their city has exploded. They're not happy about that bit. But yeah. More on that and more. What? Next Tuesday, Wednesday. It's not Tuesday today, is it? You've messed with my brain now. Was that a cat rot? Probably. I don't like that. Saying that. Fun stuff. Lots of fun times. Tuesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday. Or is this like 1918 where it's actually it's the Tuesdays? Welcome to the Tuesdays. Cat it. Catrut. So long as I pronounce it rut and not rot, we're fine. Or is it like Sekiro? Where instead of dragon rot, it's cat rot. The ancient cat. Cat trot. Little plod. Many fun times. Wednesdays that feel like Tuesdays, aka every Wednesday. So yeah, we'll be back with that next Wednesday. Stuff will happen. Interesting stuff will happen. But well, yeah, we've now met the deuteragonist of the game, which is nice. I believe I'm using that word correctly. Please don't confuse you, days are hard, yeah. This is what we were confused at the beginning of this. It's like, is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? Oh, I don't know. Oh, weeks. It feels like most Tuesday morning, but it's Wednesday evening. Wednesdays are Tuesdays, but without actually being called Tuesday. People were confused as to what day it was. They thought it was Tuesday, so they're like, "When's the day? Is it Tuesday? No. When is it then? When's the day?" That's where the name comes from. So yeah, I'll be back, presumably, as will also Chibi Dark and Ragdoll, on Saturday for more Wildermyth. That was not almost a week ago. That I refuse to believe this. Yeah, so Wildermyth Saturday, hopefully, all being well. Sunday, doodle times with friends. Frame man, stop it. You really hate this screen. Why do you hate this screen? I need to work that out. More Wildermyth. More adventures of the Cresp being a terrible father. He was so good when it was just him and a spoon. Why did he have a kid? Yeah. And then Sunday is doodling with friends. Tuesday, back to Bloodborne, PSX. Very much looking forward to that. Yeah. Having a lovely time. Friday hangout for patrons. Chibi Nether's Day tomorrow, possibly. Chibi stream. And apparently, as of... Is it this Saturday, next Saturday? I've forgotten. I'm going to have to scroll up. From next Saturday. Okay, so it's not anything nearby. But Dark has some time off soon, and he's going to apparently stream scattershot, shotgun, all over the place. The 13th, fantastic. Yeah. So look forward to that. Apparently, you're planning on playing a game called LX, which I've literally never heard of. So that'll be cool. Yeah, good times. Don't think there's anything else to say. But I might be wrong. Nope, that's it. Have a lovely time, everybody. Have a fantastic... looks like when you do Chimera Squad streams. Yeah. Yeah. Have a lovely week, everybody. Enjoy the rest of Tuesday. Have fun. Look after yourselves. Get something nice to eat. Don't eat an entire pineapple, let alone two. It's bad. It's lots of acid. Yeah, don't do that. Have a good time, everyone. Goodbye.